Yo, 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 what y'all know what time it is. This AA Sports, baby. Straight sports, no chaser. You got the super team of sports talk here with you. I'm one half of it, Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian. And I'm here checking in with my main man, a 6 foot and under post up champ straight out of Hickory, North Carolina. Tell them who you are.
What's good people? It's your boy Uncle Hake, the other A in AA Sports. This is the first show in about a week that I felt at least 95%. I'm ready to go.
Okay, all right. You back in the starting lineup this week? No more of that 6-man.
Full walkthrough. No limitations. No snap count. I'm ready to go.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Good to have you back at full strength, baby. Everybody, we appreciate y'all as usual watching, tuning in to us on the YouTube channel. Remember to continue to watch, hit that subscribe button, leave us some comments on that platform. We appreciate the love you giving us there. And also those of you guys that listen to us on the Spreaker app, we appreciate you guys checking in with us on the go, in the car, and when you're at the gym and what have you. Again, search AA Sports, Straight Sports, No Chaser on both of those platforms to find our content. And as usual, we are brought to you in part by Distinct Finds. Shop Distinct Finds on the eBay website for all your latest women's luxury and children's fashion. Use the promo code AA Sports 10 for a 10% discount. And also don't forget, keep shopping with our people over there at Notoriously Fly. Don't just get fly, get Notoriously Fly. You can find them on IG and Facebook. Hey, been a couple days. Caught a couple college basketball games. Really, I was forced to because when nothing else on. That was good. So we may get into a little bit of that later on in the show. We got some football talk to go over here in a minute, and we're going to give a little preview of the second half of the NBA season coming up, right?
Yeah, but in between the last time we were on and tonight, it was raining L's. And a couple cats caught some big L's since we was on here last Tuesday.
Yeah, let's give them a rundown. Let's give the people a rundown real quick.
That first big L we got to discuss, that's broadcasted live from Louisville, Kentucky, because that boy Ricky P, a.k.a. Coach I Didn't Do Shit, it finally came down on Rick Pitino and the Louisville Cardinals. We saw it coming, but
yeah, because it already had came down. Really, Louisville tried to appeal it. Of course, once the appeal was denied, the punishment came down. It came out to be 130-something wins vacated, a Final Four appearance, a national title.
That I don't understand though. It's like they're saying I don't understand the NCAA when they're like, okay, that didn't happen.
The hell if it didn't.
Right. I mean, everybody knows they won the title. There has to be a better way. The asterisks don't work no more.
Apparently not. Same thing when they stripped Reggie Bush of his Heisman Trophy. I mean, his dumb ass gave it back, but you still can't. You can wipe your little record books clean with some white out all you want. You still can't erase my eyes and my memory from what I saw. You know what I'm saying?
They won.
Shit.
All right, I got a good question for you. Give me some cover-up ideas for Rick Pitino's stupid ass because he got that damn the trophy on the back of his back.
Man, it's funny that it's an L on there because he's taking one.
Right. Okay, let me think.
I'd leave it.
I mean, that was already somewhat of an L. He's got to be, 60?
Talking about when he first got it, yeah, it was like, come on, man. Like, first of all, he need a tan.
Right. Don't he look dead like most cases? Like casket fresh when you see him. And I ain't talking about just the boots. He looks dead. I was on here a couple months ago. We were talking, and I told you, I said, man, Ricky P gonna get another shot somewhere. I was wrong. It's done.
Nah, it's a wrap, cuz. This is a wrap.
He's done. And even with his little press conference the other day, he's still basically saying he ain't do shit. Nothing.
Yeah, he going down to the end. Is he still suing for his bread too, right?
Yeah, he trying to get that bread. But hey, did you see the pictures of the girls who were at the party?
No, I didn't check them out.
Man, it looked like one of Precious parties. They was lined up. They was ready.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Ricky P. I mean, it's like you won, but they saying you didn't win. They saying you didn't win, so technically, I don't know, but there has to be another way besides punishing these kids now who ain't had shit to do with it. But it is
Right.
what it is.
Yeah, so that's always been just put it on the list of the dumb shit that the NCAA, these rules that they have in place that a lot of them are so outdated. It's they need to just scrap that whole thing. But we can have a 2-hour discussion on that.
Yes, sir. Another L came down on a guy that I've kind of lost taste for over the last few years, Mark Cuban.
Okay.
It's a lot of stuff going on down there in Dallas, allegedly. And I will say this, he jumped out in front of it off top and said, I made a mistake. Apparently some women have been getting harassed and it was just some real fucked up shit in the Dallas Mavericks office. And he knew about a few of the things and didn't fire the people. He just, said he made a mistake, let it ride, whatever. But they've been taking L's for a minute now down there in Dallas, and it seems like it's just not the same franchise it was. Does it you get that same feeling?
I mean, obviously since they haven't been winning, as much or at all, really.
Right.
The last.
They were competitive for a while. They ain't been competitive in a minute.
At least 3, going on 4 years, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, they won a title in 2011, right?
Was that Bron's first year in Miami? Because they beat them the first year.
Right.
Okay. And Bron been here, 3 years now? So that's a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Dallas is pretty much off my radar now, but these I haven't even read in detail exactly what was going on in Dallas. Was it like office harassment in the form of, rude, inappropriate comments, any touching going on, any, where we at with it? That's the part.
It's on that level. It was I read a good portion of the article last night. A cat was on there. One of the guys who worked in the front office, he had ran up on one of the chicks and was like, "What you doing this weekend?" She was like, "I'm going to the movies with my friends." He's like, "Nah, you getting gangbanged this weekend."
Oh,
she was like, "Oh," he's like, "Nah, I'm sure you're getting gangbanged."
Wow.
It was pretty deep. So,
Mark Cuban knew about this?
Yeah, he said a lot of this stuff, the guy still worked up under him. He came out and said it yesterday. Apologized, said I should have moved faster. See, but I think that falls under that. Let me put one story out there because I know this bullshit's coming next. Because you remember that whole tanking thing came out like a day or two before. And then this dropped like right behind it.
Right. So when did this allegedly happen? Because he talking about he ain't moved fast enough. It sounded like he ain't moved at all until it came out.
It was after he bought the team, but this was over some years. They talked to a lot of women. Sports Illustrated was on it. They talked to a good number of women. If he jumped out there with the statement off top, he's trying to get some cover on this because the optics are not a good look. Now, I don't think they're going to go after him for the team or whatever. But, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Jerry Richardson, almost the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, but the only difference is Jerry Richardson just said, the hell with it. I ain't even going to wait around and see what the punishment going to be. I'm just going to sell.
I'm just going to sell.
I don't see Mark Cuban doing it. I don't see Mark Cuban as the person that he ain't going to do that. He going to go out kicking and screaming. Or, he'll probably, he'll pay whatever the fine is and he going to move on about his day. But it just goes to show, like, okay, a lot of this stuff coming out and those people, people that work in corporate America, you go to your office every day and it's probably more of this going on than what people are really wanting to put out there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody probably sitting at home and, having their comments or throwing stones. You probably think about over the course of your whole work life, you've probably said a thing or two to some people in your office that were probably in this day and age not acceptable.
All day.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's the times, man.
It is the time. So it's not to condone any of it. Absolutely not. But, I guess the lines have to be redrawn because, it went on for so long that you think is commonplace now. That it's natural. It's supposed to happen that way, and it's really not.
Mm-mm.
So the lines and the boundaries have to be redrawn. Otherwise, we gonna keep finding ourselves in these situations.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It just seemed, he's starting to get a little bit more scrutiny now. But I mean, he got his title. But to me, basketball-wise, Dallas ain't been the same since he blew that shit up, trying to wait on free agents and didn't get nobody. They ain't been right.
Yeah. And then you had the, then DeAndre Jordan shot him the deuces.
Right.
He probably did them a favor.
Yeah.
But they still wouldn't be going anywhere right now. So.
And the crazy part is, I can't say that. Hell, I thought Dirk retired, man. Dirk looks bad. He's old. So.
Yeah. It's like he's just dragging out. Has he still hasn't said it when he gonna stop, has he?
They gonna still keep paying him. But that's that one thing. What'd you think about the tanking comment? They hit him for 600 racks on that.
I didn't even read his thing.
Oh, he was like, he told the team, he was on Dr. J's podcast. Dr. J has a podcast. What the fuck? Mm. He was saying tanking is the best thing for us right now. It's the best thing we can do as a team. I done told my guys. NBA fined him 600 racks for that. He's telling the truth, but.
Yeah, that's one of them things. Like we know that's what we got to do, but you just can't come out and say it. So
can't do that. All right, I got a few dubs to hand out. Few people ate some dubs. I want to give a dub to the Parkland kids, the survivors, who survived that horrific incident in Florida last week. They went up to Congress. The kids really do make a lot of the changes in history. If you go back and look at it, civil rights movement, a lot of those people were kids. Some of this stuff will get changed because these kids are on TV. They're up there marching, saying they won't change. And, not to be racist or whatever, a lot of them kids are not black. So it really does matter. With them getting shot, the country going to take, they're going to pay a little bit more attention. So shout out to them kids for trying to get something done. I don't know how much you're going to get done with the NRA, but you're trying. And that's all you can do.
Right, because what's going to happen at some point, these kids that are now teenagers, 12, 13, 14 years old, at some point, they become 18. They become voters. And they're going to remember this stuff. These one thing I will say about, the young people of today, we give them a lot of flack about their hair and clothes and music and filming everything and putting it on social media and shit. But one thing I do admire about their generation is they willingness to get out there and discuss some of these issues and and try to be a part of the movement and a part of resolutions.
Right.
And so I definitely admire the young generation about where they go about their business doing that.
All right, my last dub goes to the Golden State Warriors. They're not going to C-45. They said they're going to spend that day with some DC area kids. Shout out to them. That's something positive. That's a good look. Oh, last L before I get up. I know I've been going.
You good?
Donald Trump wants to put guns in the teachers' hands in the schools. So let me get this straight. Y'all don't pay us no money. We get paid under 40 racks in most cases. And I'm supposed to put my life in risk and shoot at somebody.
We don't even have to go into a long discussion about how that is not a great idea. It's not even a good idea or half of a fucking good idea. We've seen videos where we had teachers and students fighting. That shit could go wrong. Forget the people coming into the school shooting. It can go wrong in the wrong way with some of these teachers and students because they so close in age. We talk about that a lot.
Right.
How, what the difference is, when we were coming up, the teachers were a lot older. They were more like mother figures. These teachers these days are, in a lot of cases, maybe no more than 10 years older than some of these students. Less than that sometimes. And so, they doing the same things. They listen to the same music. They really one and the same. And in a lot of cases, mentality, at least wise, it just would not be a good idea. Now, he's saying that he wanted to be people that are military trained or have adequate training or what have you. That's bullshit. Anybody with a concealed carry license pretty much should probably get the damn had a gun in the school. So I don't know what he's talking about. This extra military training. Who gonna pay for
it? And they're gonna get extra money for this?
Exactly. Who gonna pay for it?
You what? If I was the teachers union, when it come up for that new contract, you got to throw that combat pay in there. We getting shot at too much. How about we get metal detectors? Do the stuff at the white schools like they do at the black schools. Get more security in metal detectors. It really gotta help. I'm done. What you got, homie?
Hey man, for my W, I'm giving it to the U.S. women's hockey team. Finally winning gold, beating the powerhouse Canada, ending Canada's run of winning the last, I think, 4 Olympics and 4 gold medals. This was basically the U.S. was first one in women's hockey since 1998. So it's been 20 years, 20-year anniversary, and they were able to get it done.
Yes, sir.
I can't say that I watched any of it because I didn't, but I saw it on the timeline. I thought it was.
I just don't do the
pretty good feat. Yeah. Normally, I normally watch some of it, even if it's just like curling and a couple snowboarding events or something. I usually watch something, but I haven't tuned in at all this year. It's about over, right?
Yeah, I'm more of a track and field, the gymnastics and stuff. But
yeah, the summer Olympics.
Yeah, it's just shout out to them though. That's a good win. It's a good win. Any dubs for us? Any more L's?
No, I didn't have anyone I wanted to give an L to tonight.
Dig that, man. It wasn't on my list, but Trae Young, Oklahoma, tough shit the other night. Y'all got y'all ass whooped again.
Because they are looking, and I don't know if you saw it, but I tweeted Oklahoma versus Kentucky in the NIT final.
Hey. And the sad part is it's a toss-up.
I think Kentucky will end up getting in. They had a nice little win, I think, last night. Matter of fact, because they started out the game, matter of fact, looking like they was gonna get blowed out, and then they held fort. But Oklahoma don't look good at all.
Ain't no talent on that team, man. Ain't no talent. So ain't no talent whatsoever. All right, let's jump on into this football. It looked like a lot on this sheet, but it's really not a lot. All right. Tuesday night, I believe, was the first night that the franchise tags were able to be dropped. I want to say around 8 o'clock or so. About 8:15, Jarvis Landry was tagged.
That didn't take long.
Didn't take long at all. I didn't see this coming, homie. I thought they were done with him.
Yeah, I thought they were going to let him walk. Now, they could still rescind it by March 9th, I believe. March 8th and 9th. Was it 16 and a half?
16 and a half. That's good money.
Yeah, it's very good money. I've talked about Jarvis Landry. I like him. I think he is because he works out of the slot for the most part. I think he can work the outside a little bit.
That's what I was saying to you the other night, because I hit you. I was like, but you told me you ain't like the way he's used, because you was like, when he was at LSU, they use him inside and outside.
Right. I think that'll open. I just think that'll open him up a little bit more. I mean, he caught 112 balls, but I think his per catch is only like 7 to 8 yards. Yeah, so it's kind of low in that regard. Right now, he's just kind of like a more athletic Welker, Julian Edelman. Is kind of how they're using him. I think they can open that up a little bit. Adam Gate's supposed to be this offensive genius. This is year 3 he's been there?
Yeah, I was going to tell you. Tell the people what you was telling me, how you feel about this whole Miami situation as a staff, record label, and a crew.
I don't like their situation. I'm not convinced about Adam Gase. I don't like their quarterback situation, whether it's Jay Cutler, Matt. They still got Matt Moore. They still rolling him out there every now and then when somebody get hurt.
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill. Nah. No on all that.
People, we've been knowing each other might be close to 25 years now. And sometimes when we had these conversations, I might get a lot out of them. But then sometimes it'd be real short, like we was in 9th grade. It would just be short. Like the other night, he was like, I don't like Adam Gase, I don't like quarterback situation, I don't like nothing. Left it at that. So, when it's that short, he's serious.
Hey man, it's the Dolphins, man. They gave us hope. When I say us, I'm talking about their fan base. They made the playoffs, year before last, and then Tannehill gets hurt, so that kind of derailed the season last year. But back to the original question, we going off rails like we do. Jarvis Landry contract situation is what we was talking about. You think they come into a long-term deal?
I heard them dummies want to trade him, but at 16 mil, another team. I mean, that's top receiver money.
There's only a handful of teams that got the money to do it. I know we were one of them. Cleveland, Tampa. There's one more team I want to say. I think Jacksonville.
Nah.
No, because they got to use their money on Allen Robinson. It's one more team, but I hope we don't use the money on them. Like I said, I like them, but if it's going to take that,
dude, that just doesn't add up.
We ain't paying that much for him.
Good slot money is what, 8.5, 9?
Man, we can get Tyler Gabriel for like 4.
Right. Yeah. I don't know how this is gonna play out, but I don't feel good about their front office and none of that shit either. So Le'Veon Bell didn't catch it immediately. Think we're gonna get a deal in a week and a half?
Nah. I mean I read today, I thought they said they had a soft deadline of the 20th. And that the tag is pretty much coming. I don't know how true that is. I think we said what's that?
I know his ass ain't gonna retire or sit out like he said. He gonna take that damn $14 million and go to work.
Right. Like I said, I think we both had predictions that he's gonna get tagged, and I'm still holding to that. He'll sit out all the camp like he did last year, show up at the last minute and sign the franchise tender and come on to work. He ain't got to worry about being fined or nothing because he's technically not under contract.
Right.
So it'll be another year of him going out there, getting ran into the ground, catching 80 balls, and we'll be right back here next year.
Set the market, I don't believe. I think it's going to be either Zeke, Gurley, or David Johnson. I don't believe it's going to be Le'Veon going to get a nice payday, but I don't believe he's going to get what he wants because he done had too much shit going on with the injuries, with the suspensions. I don't see them paying him long term. Well, he's 26, 27 at this point now?
Mm-hmm.
So,
20, I want to say 26, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, he might get 3 years of really good money. But what Devontae Freeman just got paid last summer. He's the highest paid at like 8.4. And he wants
I think he wanted, 12?
Yeah, he wants like 15. Because he said, I'm the number 2 receiver and the number 1 back on this team. Yes, he has a point, but you ain't gonna get $7.5 million more than the highest paid at that position. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way.
Nah, he better use that what's the I don't want to call it a loophole, but depending on how many snaps you line up, the percentage of snaps you line up at a certain position. You classify. I think somebody got screwed out of being between he should have been a wide receiver according to his snap counts.
Yep.
So that's the only hope for Le'Veon. You get out there and convince them to line you up at wide receiver, 70% of the time?
Hey. All right. We talk about the franchise tag, but we also got some cuts coming up, some possible cuts. I got some veterans on this list, and I didn't put the cap numbers, but it's some issues with some of these players that are going to prevent them from being on their current teams. I'm going to run these names off. You tell me, cut them, keep them.
All right, I'll pull most of the cap numbers.
Okay. I'm pretty sure DeMarco Murray's ass is gone, but you can answer the question.
Yeah, 6.5 they can say cut.
All right. Adrian Peterson, I don't even think his is enough money for a cap number.
It's like 2.5.
Gone.
I think they keep him.
You think they're gonna keep him?
David
Johnson coming back.
Well, I'll say it as a backup, but AP still want probably first round snap. So, yeah, it might be best to just go ahead and let him go ahead and part ways with him.
Tavon Austin.
Definitely got to be cut.
I like Tavon. How you feel about him?
I like him too, but for some reason he ain't fitting what at least not last year what they were doing.
Yeah, he wasn't.
They pretty much just had him running kicks because they let the other boy got the punt return job.
Yeah, so he lost that job.
Is it Farrell Cooper?
Yeah. Was he dealing with concussions last year or something, Tavon?
I don't even remember seeing him on the field.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, so I don't know what's up with him. So,
all right. Now,
I know he got 20. I know he got about $30 million left on that deal.
That much?
They gave him 5 years, 42, just like year before last.
Jeff Fisher need his ass kicked for that.
That was Jeff Fisher that did that.
All right, I got Ty God on here, but I saw a report like right before we went on, they said they're not gonna cut him. They trying to trade him.
I mean, they got him under contract for the cheap, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to trade him.
Yeah, he's only gonna cost them like 6.5 as a starting quarterback. That's how much is guaranteed his cap number.
If you trade for him, you probably gonna get no more than probably about a third.
You think a third?
Fourth, third or fourth?
Yeah, you
am I being nice?
Go the other way.
I was being too nice? Okay, fourth. Yeah. Damn. Okay. So
I mean Buffalo
Denver will be a trade participant or a likely trade participant if because they got cap problems. If he only gonna cost 6.5, he better than whatever they got on their roster. If it's only gonna cost them a fourth, should they get away with a fifth?
I got a quick game I want to play.
What the hell you done came up with on the fly?
Okay, I meant to put it on the sheet. This is funny. I'm Denver, and you're a GM from another team. I'm about to call you up about a trade. All right. Hey, cuz, I got Trevor Siemian. What you want to do? You think he's really calling people about Trevor Siemian?
I would have had the sound effect ready if I would have known that was a question you was gonna ask me too. Yeah, I'm hanging right on up.
I saw that shit. They was like, he's on the trade market. I was like, for what? I mean, what are you gonna get?
Exactly. If we just said you can't get but a fourth, probably for Tyrod. What is Trevor Siemian? Yeah.
Bless their heart. All right, Mo Wilkerson. I think his number is like 20 million.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, he's probably done.
I don't even think they're trying to restructure with him. Matt Forte.
I mean, only he's $4 million, but at the same time, he's pretty much done. He's pretty much washed. Yeah. Just go ahead and roll with Bilal Powell. Probably draft another young back in the third round or so. But you got to move on from Matt Forte. You got to move on from the old cats.
That's why you get your money now as a running back. They will run your ass into the ground. He's only 32.
Yeah, he's stuck around longer than I thought. Because the Bears, he's supposed to get paid for the Bears a long time ago.
Long time ago. We know Mike Glennon is not the answer, so we ain't got to talk about him. He's a sucker anyway.
But he got a $16 million number, so there's no way they can bring him back, right?
No way, no how. This is an interesting one here. Jordy Nelson.
He probably about 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Jordy ain't going nowhere.
He gonna have to restructure the hell out that deal, though.
True, probably so. But I don't think they're gonna get rid of him. Last year is gonna be looked at as a asterisk year because Aaron Rodgers wasn't there. The
wide receiver that's that dependent on the quarterback that you can recall lately. I mean, it's like he sucks flat out with no Aaron Rodgers. He can't get no separation. It seemed like I can't think of nobody who's that QB dependent.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say how much is it due to I want to say due to the quarterback situation with Hundley. They had in there, but Hundley was able to connect with Devontae Adams a lot. So
Devontae and Randall Cobb, they got open.
Yeah.
So I can't recall something to this level, but let's keep it moving. Keep to lead.
$12 million.
Yeah.
And he's 32?
Yeah.
33.
But he still looks good. Well, I can't say that. Last year they were terrible.
Yeah, that defense was, collectively they were terrible.
Yeah. Julius Thomas. He probably should have been cut when Peyton Manning retired, wherever he was at. No, I don't remember who he was playing for. They should have cut him when Peyton retired.
Yeah, Miami chose to give him about $40 million, I believe it was.
Roundabout.
Yeah, but I think I saw today they are going to cut him probably in the next day or so. That's $6.5, $7 million right there.
So no bueno.
Yeah, what did he catch this year? Probably 30 balls, if that. Yeah.
Give or take. Yeah. This Cliff Averill situation. I mean, this is kind of academic at this point. Isn't his neck really messed up?
Yeah. Yeah, because he went on IR.
Yeah.
October.
Yeah.
Give or take. Yeah.
I mean, so this is ABC.
Yeah, and Seattle needs the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
He probably don't get cut, and they'll probably give Sheldon Richardson his money.
Well, I read just before we came on too. They don't plan on franchising him.
They're trying to work out a long-term deal.
They're trying to get him signed, but I mean, how much is he gonna want? I mean, defensive tackle money is good money now.
That means Cliff Avril's done.
Yeah,
he's done there, at least.
Yeah. All right, we ain't got to talk about Low Alexander. He got paid off of one good year. Shout out to him. Brandon Marshall, I'm starting to think it's over with.
Think so?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to do something with the Giants, but he just could not. The 4 or 5 games he played, I mean, he was already slow, but he looked really slow last year.
Did he have some kind of injury in preseason?
I don't recall, did he?
I can't remember. It just seemed like last year was just good. I know he was out for the year with whatever the injury was.
He got hurt the same game Odell got hurt, but he was slow before that.
Right.
And I like Brandon. You know, Brandon's always been one of my favorite players, but for the money, I think his number is 6.5. You already got Odell. You got Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram. That in-between stuff, that was Brandon Marshall. So.
Yeah. And you could probably either sign, because it's a lot of I don't know how much money, I don't know what their cap situation look like, but you can probably sign a younger replacement for Brandon Marshall if you want to keep Sterling Shepard in the slot.
Yeah.
Keep Evan Ingram as a quote unquote tight end.
Right.
You can find a replacement, either free agency or the draft, to replace Brandon Marshall for either the same $6 million or probably a little bit less.
Yeah, like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But I like him on TV. I think
he's a good analyst. He's a good analyst. I like his insight.
At this point, take the money and run. But I know he ain't never played. I don't believe he's ever played a playoff game, so he might come back strictly for that. So, all right, let's keep it moving. Andrew Luck came out the other day and he spoke on his situation via FaceTime with Peter King from the Monday Morning Quarterback. Now, I took some time and looked over this. I know I hit you earlier today, and I sounded quite pessimistic because I was like, when did he become Andrew Luck, MD? Ain't no more damn surgery. But maybe he knows his body. That's a positive. But, let me read some of his quotes. That ship has sailed in my mind, which is also a bit of a relief. I'm not going to lie. He was saying that in regards to the question, would there be another surgery? So just for the people who haven't been listening and aren't initiated, he has been dealing with the labrum injury since 2015. He had surgery on it in January of 2017. Yes, that was over a year ago. And we are still dealing with this injury. He is still trying to work up strength, get his throwing motion together. We've been joking about it a good bit, but as far as I know, nobody has seen this dude throw in over a year. Nobody. And
right.
He's saying he wants to be ready by April minicamp. But what did you take away from these comments? Now for the caveat, before you go.
First of all, he's so damn goofy, man.
Yeah, but real quick before you go, he made this video was released for the season ticket holders. This was an event for them. So he had to come out talking that shit. He had to.
No, I didn't know that, but
yeah.
But I figured it was probably somewhere between the truth and fantasy. Probably a half truth. He probably is getting better. I do believe him on the part about not needing any surgery, because at this point, why delay it any further if he does need it? Outside of that, standing there, the snicker and the grin, that crazy ass looking look on his face.
I hope to play.
Yeah, that part is just to sell it up a little bit to the fans. They're probably getting worried, rightfully so. Like I said, anybody seen him throwing? I don't know when. Conflicting reports. Cam had the same injury. Other people have had the same injury, been back, and should play this season. So, and here he is. We still don't even know what's going on with him. So,
you know what happened, right? Those season ticket renewals went out. And those folks started flooding that office like, nah, we need to talk. We need to talk. You're not going up on me, and we're gonna have to deal with Jacoby Brissett again next year. We need to have a meeting.
Now, them Indianapolis fans, they gonna stick by the team. They're a loyal bunch.
Shit, everybody's loyal, but hell, when you get an increase, probably a nice one. But nah, you're right. Hopefully he heals. I think it makes that division much more entertaining because he owned that division before he got hurt. So,
right.
I'm looking forward to it getting.
Hopefully he can get back this season. I mean, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Like he need to be back by minicamp.
Cam had that surgery in March. He was throwing in August.
Yeah.
July, August. I mean, he sucked them first 4 weeks, but I mean, he's throwing. So
right. Yeah, Luck need to get on back in here.
We'd like to see it. It seems like it's been a long time. All right, Josh Gordon will not be a free agent this summer. That didn't work out for him, and I don't blame the NFL for ruling against the situation. Josh ain't really played, so
right. So he's gonna be what they call an exclusive rights free agent.
Yeah, he can't negotiate with another team. He can only negotiate with them. And can you blame them? Now, they can still franchise him. Like
I think I saw that they can this year they basically offer him a 1 year deal of somebody that's played I think 2 years, 3 years, and his options are to sign it or not play.
Basically. But my question is, can they still go to tag on him the next 2 years after this, right?
I would think so.
I mean, the tag is way more money than he's made, so hell, Josh probably ain't tripping. He'll probably take that tag at $15 million as a wide receiver, so that's kind of a win for him.
Yeah, man, talk about somebody that's cost themselves money.
A whole lot of bread. And he's 26, but the sad part is he probably won't see legit freedom till he's 30, give or take.
Yeah, he might have to tank a year just to get free. Because they don't have, I can't think about it right now, but they don't have anybody coming up that they would rather franchise outside of him.
Yeah, he's gonna see
everybody else young.
Yeah, he's gonna see it. So, what do you think about John Gruden's comments on Marshawn Lynch? A fan ran up on him in a restaurant, and Gruden basically said, "I need Marshawn Lynch. I don't need this part-time Lynch. I need full-time Lynch. We need the real deal. If you're going to put those letters on the back of your jersey, man, you got to back it up, Marshawn. We don't need another back. We need a feature back." Don't he sound like a motivational coach, a strength and conditioning guy?
I will tell you, he telling the truth though.
I mean, it's the truth. It is the truth. I don't know how this gonna work, homie. I don't know.
What you mean?
I don't know if Lynch is gonna be ready to toe that line with this guy this late in the game. But what he's saying is 100. But we're talking about beast mode.
I mean, yeah, we are talking about beast mode, but beast mode gonna realize that John Gruden ain't Pete Carroll. I mean, he basically telling him, if you're gonna be here, come to work, and when you come to work, come to work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. None of that crazy shit, running off of the sidelines, yoking up referees, and nothing. Nah, if you here for the gimmicks and all that, basically telling him I ain't going for it. That was the last, Jack Del Rio probably went for it. We ain't going for it. This, on my watch. That's pretty much what he's trying to say.
I don't blame him. I think I think he would have looked a lot better had, we'll never know the full truth, but that offensive line had a lot of stuff going on last year. We'll never know the full truth behind that. It seemed like they only played half the season,
Yeah, that's going to be a big deal. Even if Marshawn Lynch, show up and be beast mode, he still need an offensive line. And last year, they were not the offensive line that we saw in 2016. So
no, sir.
They got to bring it.
No, sir. All right, we got a few mock drafts on.
And Derek Carr too, with his raggedy ass.
Well, shit, he done got paid now, so
that's why he got to bring it.
$90 million, that's guaranteed. So bring it or not, that check coming. But I'm with you 100 on that. All right, You told me the other day about Charles Davis. You said he dropped his first mock draft, and I like Charles Davis from the NFL Network, NFL.com. So I included his mock draft, and I also included Mel Kiper's second mock draft. And it's amazing, people, how some of these picks are the same, and some of them just are completely different. Josh Allen under Charles Davis's mock draft is listed to go number 12 to the Bungles. But Mel Kiper Jr. has him going number 1 overall. Of course, this stuff is all speculation. We really don't know until they get to running around in shorts and T-shirts, maybe shoulder pads in a couple weeks. But what sticks out to you in regards to these mocks? Anything?
No, nothing really. I mean, I started looking at Mel Kiper's a couple years ago because he used to be on some off-the-wall shit.
I wanted to put McShay, but I figured I'd do Kiper's because his just dropped, I believe, the same day. But it's just amazing what they got in regards to these quarterbacks. I mean, it really ranges.
And that just lets you know that there's no clear-cut number 1 guy. And so, like you said, it's just all speculation. We won't know more until the combine, until pro day. And as far as the quarterbacks, at least, then some of these other positions, like the skill positions and what have you.
Yeah.
Free agency. A lot of this is going to depend on what these teams do free agency. Then, things as the dominoes will start to kind of the puzzles or the pieces of the puzzle start to fall in place once we know a couple of those things, especially free agency.
So y'all find out the first day of the combine whether or not y'all pick 9th or 10th, right?
Sometime at the combine we'll do the coin flip with the Raiders, right, to determine that the order between 9 and 10.
I got some more intel from my sources that this Calvin Ridley has fathered 7 children with 3 different women.
Hey man, they got him down there at what? Charles Davis got him down at 19. And Mel Kiper don't even have him in the top 20.
No, he got him at 15.
Oh, I see it. 15 in Arizona.
I need him to keep dropping, though.
Hey, anything can happen.
I mean, remember last year, it wasn't supposed to be 2 wide receivers taken in the top 10, but it was. So anything can happen between now and the night of the draft, but 7 kids by 3 different people, you don't need that. You need to let him fall on down to Charlotte.
Now, what you these other 2 guys that Mel and Charles Davis got you guys possibly taking? Have you checked them out?
Small guys.
Christian Kirk, James Washington. Okay, I think I did. It was one of both of them kind of slot guys.
Yeah, I want that guy from Seattle, Paul Richardson. They can't pay him up there. He's an outside guy. He's fast. He ain't a rookie. He shouldn't cost us no more than $7 million a year. I'd kind of like to go that way.
Yeah, because I don't like not that I don't like it, but I think if you go slot, like a slot kind of smaller guy, I think you got McCaffrey that does a lot of that kind of stuff for you already.
Yeah.
So I would get a regular back. I don't know what y'all can do with Carlos Hyde if that's possible. I think that would be a nice fit for y'all. Pair with McCaffrey, and go that route. I hope if you go slot receiver that you're not saying that McCaffrey is going to be your featured back.
No, I need this cat, Darius Geis, to drop to the 2nd round so we can take him because McCaffrey is not a lead back. He's a scat back, a change of direction guy. He is not a number 1 back. That is not. If they believe that North Turner can get 1,500 yards out of him, no.
Right, yeah. I mean, he can make some runs in between the tackles, but, yeah, he ain't finna carry it 25, 30 times.
Hell no. Speaking of my Panthers, I got a bit of good news. Marty Hurney beat the case. We talked about it on Tuesday. He has been named the permanent general manager.
I saw that.
I also saw before we came on, they said that we're probably going to sell for $2.8 billion.
Whoo, that's a lot of money.
2.8. And I heard Steph talking over the All-Star weekend that he's still progressing with his plan to be a member of the ownership team. Whatever white guy buys this team, I guarantee you Steph Curry going to be sitting on that podium with him.
All right, let's get it.
All right, let's keep moving. All right, Lamar Jackson. Michael Vick came out speaking in regards to saying that this kid needs to continue playing quarterback, saying that he was better than him when he was at Vitek, and these people don't know what they're saying. He should get drafted. I'm not trying to make Lamar Jackson the martyr of the draft, but I think he's going to have to really show out next week at the Combine. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, a couple people's opinion don't really faze me one way or the other. I still think he's probably going to be like a mid to late first round pick because a lot of teams need quarterbacks and they're very scarce. So he's still, I think, a unique talent. Yeah, he's going to need some grooming, but most of these guys do. So I think he'd be a good late first round pickup to a team.
Yeah.
Possibly Arizona.
Yeah, that'd be a solid little spot for him. That'd be solid. All right, let's jump on into some basketball. You ready to transition? The season has returned. The NBA is on tonight. You got the score of that Cleveland game?
Yeah, I was just looking at it. It is tied at 62, 8 minutes, 52 seconds left in the third.
Okay, so you speed this shit up. Okay. I hit you the other day and I said, let's talk about players who need to step up in the second half. I believe there's 2 or 3 games left in the second half of the season before we go to the playoffs. I got a few that I think need to step up, and I got the standings on here, the current playoff standings. So I'm going to run off mine real quick. Number 1 on my list of players who need to step up, I think we need to see more out of Carmelo Anthony in Oklahoma City. Of course, I'm happy that he's transitioned into the third. He's not even really the third option. He's kind of like the fourth option.
Say Steven Adams the third?
He's the third option.
Okay.
But I think you need a solid 15 to 17 out of Melo. You know, what we getting right now, I think you're getting about 12 and a half, 13. Some nights he might give you more. But I think you need 15 to 17 from them. Because we're going to talk about it a little bit later. This whole Spurs thing, the West is really fluid. And Oklahoma City needs to try to get home court. They need to be moving up into that 4th place to get home court. My second one, Hassan Whiteside with the Miami Heat. You're going to need a little bit more out of him. They are fighting right now to stay in the eighth place. They're fighting. Had Detroit not went on that little slide, they might be out in the playoffs right now. I hope y'all people didn't get this whole trade for Dwayne Wade thinking it was going to go back to 1999.
Nah, he showed flashes of being Flash, but don't expect that.
Nah,
at the time.
Nah. So you need more out of Whiteside. My third one, Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum kind of hit. We were talking about him on Tuesday. The young boy done hit that rookie wall, and that shit is legit. Mm-hmm. But Kyrie can't do it on his own, people. He can't.
Yeah.
He needs some help. So Jaylen Brown, he's going to shoot the ball. Al Horford is going to give you stuff. But you need something out of Jason Tatum. Mm-hmm. And my last one, Andrew Wiggins. I don't know how this works out for him. Because doesn't Jimmy Butler kind of cancel him out in a sense?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Doesn't Andrew Wiggins and Jimmy Butler kind of they play like the same game?
Oh, well, yeah. They both run the wing.
And neither one of them are dead-eye spot-on shooters, so I think Wiggins gets lost in the sauce sometimes because Jimmy is an alpha. Jimmy's going to get his shots. He's going to take his shots. So it's saying like you're starting to see more Wiggins floating to that corner just cooling. So I think you're going to need a little bit more from him. I thought he would be a better defender than what he's been, but it just hasn't worked out that way. So I think you need more from Wiggins.
All right, for sure. Now, one of I think one of them we kind of had the same. The Celtics. Yeah, I had Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, combination of the two. Piggyback, yeah, they need a third scorer. Because scoring is a problem. I think Jaylen Brown has kind of solidified the number 2 go-to guy. So they're going to need a third person come playoff time.
Yeah.
The next one is the Wizards and Otto Porter. Otto Porter got a big deal over the summer. And last year he gave you 13 points, 6 boards, and 2 assists. This year he's giving you 14 points. Same amount of boards, same amount of assists. So you gave him $100 million. You gave him $100 million. I don't know $80 to $90 million, 100 somewhere around there.
Because he got a $19 million per year raise for a point more.
For one more point. One more point. So yeah, Otto Porter, you need to step up, baby. Your team is gonna need you. Another one I got with the Bucks, Jabari Parker.
I like Jabari. I wanted to do Jabari, but I felt it was early. He just came back.
Yeah, I wanted to give him a little slack because he just came out the ACL, but at the same time, you know, they hovering around that 5-6 spot, and those seasons and spots are tight in the East, and you want to stay out of that 7-8 spot if you can. So I think he's going to go a long way into helping Giannis and Chris Middleton and the rest of them guys kind of maybe try to make a push to move up in the standings a little bit, or at least hold a spot at the very least. They're going to need him.
Gotcha.
I had the OKC, but I had the entire bench.
Oh yeah,
they ranked 27th in the league in bench scoring, and they're gonna need that come playoff time because you can't bank on Melo, you know, being able to give you consistently 20 points every night, and you can't depend on Paul. You can't just put it all on Paul George and Westbrook either.
No.
So you know, at some point, them guys got to sit down. So, you know, you're going to need some, you know, if it's Jeremy Grant, you know, one of them guys to come off that bench, Raymond Felton on that bench, you know, he's going to have to come in and give them at least 6 to 8 points a night, 3 or 4 assists. You know what I'm saying? They're going to need them to step up.
Right.
And then last, we're going to touch on the Kawhi Leonard situation in a minute, but I got Rudy Gay on here, somebody that's going to need to step up in Kawhi's absence, especially with the Spurs trying to hold down that 3 spot. And then try to stay in top on the upper echelon of the Western Conference. LaMarcus Aldridge, don't be fooled, people, by his first half of this season. Yeah, it's been good, but he's not going to be the dude to carry your team in the playoffs. Neither is Rudy Gay, but they could be a nice combination to help each other out, at least to make sure that they get out of the first round at least. Because they could catch a bad matchup in the first round and get bounced.
Because if looking at these standings, it could go. I mean, they could not make the playoffs also.
Who, OKC?
Nah, the Spurs. I mean, you look, they're at 35 wins. Number 8 is at 31. So if they go on a losing streak, they could fall.
Yeah, they could, but they've been pretty consistent. Kawhi pretty much been out the whole year, so.
No, I guess I just didn't realize how fluid it was in the West as it was in the East, too. I thought it was a little bit more separation.
Oh, no, both races are tight. Yeah, both races are very, very tight. And even I talked about not wanting to be in the 7 or 8 spot in the East. You really don't want to be in the 7th or 8th spot in the West because that means you're going to have to play Golden State or Houston first round.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if you OKC, Minnesota, you don't want to slip down that far.
No.
You want to leave Denver and New Orleans or Portland down there to battle that out. That's you know what I'm saying? That's how you want to do that.
Would you take Portland in 7 over San Antonio?
No.
Straight up?
Just because it's Portland.
I like Dame though. I like that backcourt.
I like Dame and CJ. What else we working with?
Yeah, this would be the best chance they would have to advance out the first round.
Now that I agree. This would be the best year to catch the Spurs. I agree.
Right. All right. Speaking of the Spurs, we have talked about it a few times over the months, and I honestly thought Kawhi Leonard would have been back by now. I think I was circling All-Star break. I was like, yeah, he'll be back. Mm-hmm. Greg Popovich came out yesterday and said he would be very surprised if he returned at all this year. Okay, homie. You got to explain to me what the hell's going on. Because these doctors, from what I have read, have cleared him. He is medically cleared to play basketball.
Right, medically cleared, but he supposedly is going somewhere to get a second opinion. So where's this? So that lets you know it ain't no trust right there.
I was thinking about a conversation we've had about the Supermax and how when you give a guy that type of bread, he's the face of your franchise. He's the one who does the speaking, this, that, and the third. The Supermax will be sitting on the table for Kawhi Leonard this summer. Because have you heard him open his mouth this year at all?
Yeah, man, I don't know what Kawhi Leonard sounds like.
Right, same way. So if we're CEOs, owners of a team, would you feel comfortable giving the guy that type of bread? And I mean, yeah, the production's on the court, but shit, you not getting nothing out of him verbally. Mean nothing.
I mean, I mean, what is he? I mean, outside of his obligations, what is he obligated to do?
I get, and I thought about
it would be tough, but like you said, Tim Duncan didn't really talk.
I think Tim Duncan would at least say he would at least talk to Pop. They said this cat is shut down. Now I guess that has more to do with the fact he don't trust what they're doing in regards to this injury.
Right. I'm about to say, was it always that way before the injury? And so that's a big part of it too. If he was communicating just fine before the injury, and then now all of a sudden he's not, then that lets me know it's an injury. Whatever's going on around that.
What way do you see this going?
I really can't tell you. I think at the end of the day, Pop found a way to work it out.
Shit, he either finds a way to work it out, or that Supermax is still undefeated. It's undefeated.
Yeah. Well, that's 2019. Yeah, that's around the corner.
Because he's eligible now. Because he made the first team NBA last year, so he could sign that this summer. It's a shitload of money to leave on the table.
It is, but Kawhi comes across as the kind of person that would leave that kind of money on the table and not really care about it either.
He can get his hair braided anyway.
You know what I'm saying? Flea markets and Dominican braid shops everywhere.
But it just really feels like the trust is gone between him and that team right now.
Yeah, right now it does. We'll see what happens, come the season. I
can't see him not playing though, cuz.
I mean, if December 12th is when they cleared him?
Yeah.
I thought they just said that they just cleared him recently. So that seems like enough time to get a second opinion. 2 months?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Hey, we'll see if he get back on the court.
In certain situations, the older I get.
Him coming back on the court will say a lot. Him sitting out will say just as much.
But the good thing is he's at the games. He's standing up at the timeouts. It's not like he's at home cooling. So
yeah, I mean, maybe is he eating scaries? Is he just not comfortable? Remember with Derrick Rose that got cleared?
It kind of feel like that whole mental thing that Big Jim was talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Derrick Rose was cleared, and he was at home like I got to be ready and healthy for these graduations and barbecues and stuff that I'm gonna be going to later on in life.
Years in the future, yeah. That's right. Hey, he was trying to prepare, man. Let that young man flourish. All right. Anthony Davis came out and said that had Boogie not got hurt, this team would have made it to the finals, and they would have been a hard out.
Boy, stop.
And the funny thing about it is, this is my boy Rondo putting a battery in his back. You guys are the two best bigs. I know what it takes to win a championship. We got it. This is the same cat who has not been able to secure more than a 1-year deal since he showed his natural ass in Dallas.
Oh man, Rondo a troll, boy. Rondo is trolling.
Young boy is probably like, yeah, dog, we got it.
Man,
hey, y'all got a long way to go.
The finals, huh, Anthony Davis? Okay.
Hey, we'll see. Now this year,
I guess he figured it's the year. If not, why not? Speak it into existence, huh?
If that happens, that's some if not, why not, what the fuck?
I wonder what the odds in Vegas are. Like, just like right now, the Pelicans winning the championship. It's got to be like 1,000-1 or some shit.
Easily.
I'm going to see if I can find it before we get off the air.
All right. In another case of some foolishness, Michael Jordan decided not to renew the current GM. He has Rich Cole's contract. I understand that. But then they said that he is pursuing Mitch Kupchak to run the basketball operations. The same Mitch Kupchak who fucked the Lakers salary cap beyond all recognition his last year by giving Timothy Mozgov and Luol Deng more money than anybody was offering at the time at 12:15 midnight. Like somebody was at their door.
I mean, I think Mitch did that shit on purpose for not being allowed to do his damn job all them years.
Oh, he was trying to save his job putting them vets on that team. But I understand why Mike did this. That's that Carolina connection. Did you know that his old roommate is the assistant GM there now?
Assistant GM for the Hornets?
Yeah, Buzz Peterson was his college roommate.
Right. Okay.
He is the assistant GM. Boy, he is showing Carolina love, but hey, man, Mike, get somebody who's gonna help you run this team effectively. I don't know about Mitch Kupchak, but hey, if you like it, I love it. Now, we ain't got to go in depth about this reseeding situation with the NBA playoffs because I don't agree with it. But I was going to hit you earlier, but I got tied up. I don't agree with reseeding, but I feel
Hey,
like
before you go into that, what was I supposed to be looking up?
Vegas odds on New Orleans.
That's right. All right, go ahead. I'm getting old.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't agree with the reseeding going top 16 seeds. I don't think you need to do that. And I'm not going to go into the rant in regards to contraction because we ain't got enough time for that.
Oh man, yeah, we gotta let y'all hear his rant on contraction one day.
That you tell me every time I go into that shit, it ain't gonna happen because people still going to see them.
Hey, but it's still entertaining to hear.
But I think I'm off contraction at this point. But follow me on this one here. If you put New Orleans and Dallas in the East, or New Orleans and Memphis in the East, would that not help the situation more? But you got to find two teams to go west. That's my problem. I can't find two to go west.
Well, my thing is, I know we've talked about it over the last couple of years. I don't see the West. Well, this year they're a little bit more, especially last year. I don't see the West didn't see the West as being as dominant as they had been in some of the years past. Yeah. I think what's happened is because they were dominant for a good little stretch there that we've just carried on that train of thought when in actuality they haven't been as dominant. You know what I'm saying? They've been top heavy. You know, outside of Golden State, Houston, and the Spurs, none of these other teams ain't really been true contenders. Now this year you got some East All-Stars coming to the West. You got Paul George and Melo joining OKC. You got Jimmy Butler joining Minnesota. So that's made the West truly this year, I know, a lot stronger. But I'm not in favor of changing it either. I think you need to still have East and Western Conference champions. You know what I'm saying? I still think you need to do that. Also, I had a list of reasons. The travel, for one,
that's ridiculous.
would be kind of whack because let's just take right now, if you had Golden State, which could be an overall number 1 seed, having to play a number 16 seed, which would possibly be, let's say, Philly, Miami, one of them far northwest teams, or Miami. Miami in like 5th or 6th though, but imagine that travel going back and forth across the country like that, and then you got two teams like Minnesota and Cleveland, you know, playing in close proximity. So that's part of the reason. But then just in general, the NBA has always had conferences with their runs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The East had some runs, the West has had its runs, and, you know, and it comes out to be a balance. At the end of the day, if we really look at it,
it's not that far off.
And I pulled the numbers. Over the last 30 years, there has been 10 teams that's won championships. That's it. 10. Yeah. And out of those 10, 3 of them have only won one. You had Philly winning. You had Dallas winning in 2011. The Sixers winning in 83. And you had Cleveland winning in 2016.
Damn, you went back. So, yeah, there haven't been no other one-off teams.
And then you had one other team who was the Warriors, who won 2. And that was just here recently, 2 out of the last 3. So outside of that, you've had 6 teams dominate 30 years worth of titles. And that's the Pistons, Lakers, Spurs, Bulls, Houston won 2, and Miami. That's it. Yeah. So this competitive balance conversation has always been what it was. I think they're just trying to find some new revenue, you know, some new ways to put out revenue. I saw this play-in tournament thing that somebody put on the table. That's bullshit. This is not NCAA. You know what I'm saying? Please table that immediately. Yeah. But I do like Adam Silver because I think you said it the other day. He's at least trying new stuff.
Yeah. So I can't get New Orleans in the East. You won't go with me on that?
I think Minnesota need to be moved out of the West. Memphis need to be moved out of the West because they not.
So you want those two? I got to get two teams. Should I? Okay, we can take Orlando out of the East and send them to Seattle.
Okay. And
but then I still got to move one more team.
Okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna take Orlando, move them to Seattle, get Seattle their team back.
Okay.
And then we're gonna take New Orleans and Memphis and merge them together and put them in the East.
See?
Problem solved.
You was shutting me down all them years. That contraction shit sounds good. Now you feeling it. Too many teams. All right, good people. We have come to the end of the show.
All right. That's what it is. We're going to catch the fourth quarter of this game. We appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Remember to watch, like, subscribe to those YouTube episodes and channels, and make sure you leave us some comments there. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you think about tonight's topics. Also, check us out on the Spreaker app. Tap those nice little hearts on that app. Show us some love. Follow. Make sure you get those episodes downloaded onto your mobile devices. Before we get up out of here, hey, tell the people where to reach you at on social media.
At RK6000. Holla at me. I talk sports.
And you can find myself at Diego Barish. And don't forget to check us out on the AA Sports, all platforms. That's on Twitter, Facebook, and IG. So for Uncle Hate, for Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian, it's AA Sports, baby. Straight sports, no chaser. We up out of here. Y'all have a good weekend. Peace.